In this video, I'm going to defeat 20-star Carnage Baal using only these units. I also won't be using healing items in battle, and I won't be needing any DLC. Now, just to show that this is in fact on 20-star enemy strength. The active curry effect is a 2 billion HP curry. This is a main Carnage elixir, one in each of the two sub-slots, and another 182 in other, for 185 total. You could replace the main Carnage elixir with another 10 in other if you wanted a different main ingredient. Also have Friends for a Day passed to ensure that all attacks, all normal attacks I do trigger team attacks, which will be part of this setup. Usalia and Killa are leading squads. Killia is leading the relief party with 20 units in it, because I'm using the relief party, and 230 prisoners. That's more than 225. 225 is what I need. 225 prisoners and 20 squad members is what I need for maximum squad attack damage. Likewise, Usalia leads foot soldier squad with 20 people in it and more than 225 prisoners. So Usalia will be used for killing the Baals, Killia will be killing the bits. Usalia will also be used for support attacks with her overload. Usually her overload is used for dealing a map-wide attack, but I'm using it for the infinite support attack range for 3 turns. He doesn't even need support attack equipped, he'll just automatically perform support attacks any opportunity he gets. Killia will be using his overload, which will let him take extra actions, and I'll explain what I'll be doing with those in a minute. Killia and Usalia just have a load of soft capped equipment, except this, basically because I need the stats. I don't think I could actually do this, at least with this setup, at 40 million stats, unfortunately. But with, with an improved version of it, I might be able to. Yeah, also, the Watermelon Smasher on their equipment, this is 50% more damage, but you lose 50% accuracy, which I'll fix in other ways. Professional increases critical damage. Instead of 1.5 times damage, they'll deal 2.5 times damage. Usalia intentionally doesn't have an extra gear because I want her to move further. Killia does just because that's what I had on him. Killia has an axe because axes have a bonus effect of dealing 15% more critical damage. Ability wise, Usalia has anti-bully aura. She takes basically damage reduction, won't matter. Precious people. Increases attack adjustment based on the number of adjacent ally units. Attack adjustment is a semi-invisible boost to stats during damage calcs. Killia, on the other hand, gains stats every time he attacks, which I won't actually need for this. And also, he gains attack adjustment during revenge mode. Both of them will be in revenge mode, so they'll have a 100% critical rate, and yeah, this will be active. Both have assault attack. The further you move, the more damage you'll deal. There is a bug for maxing this out without actually moving the full number of panels. I won't be using that for this, so this is why I want Usalia to go the long way around the enemies to move further. Killia will be using his overload and some extra actions just so that he can move further. Acceleration shot. The further away enemies are, the more damage you deal. The really far away enemies will take loads of damage. The nearby ones won't take as much as I'd need them to, but I'll have other ways around that. For the Baal, that'll actually mainly be that Usalia will be performing regular support attacks against him. Usalia and Killia will be performing, with Zeroken's help, will be performing a bunch of team attacks, and that will soften up the Baal. I think I do enough damage to the bits that I kill them with squad attack anyway, but I have a backup plan if that doesn't happen. Rage charge. Every time they get attacked, they increase attack adjustment. This counts coming out of the base panel and taking Baal's base panel attack, so this will be triggered 4 times just leaving the base panel. King's Dignity, more damage to boss units. everything I have to kill as a boss unit. Impact Charge, increase attack adjustment every time they take a non-elemental attack. Baal's base final attack counts as this. So yeah, just going in and out of the base pile repeatedly will build those. Unstable Power, 50% extra stats turn 1, decreases stats by 20% every turn after that. This is just used to increase their stats. Convert Force, 25% more stats, but despite what it says, it doesn't decrease your resistances, it just straight sets them to minus 50%. I could have 99% resistances and they'll just become minus 50% with this, or at least they would. Normally, the bits on the Baal map all have abilities that completely negate your resistances, and that counts even if they're negative, so my minus 50% resistances will be 0 instead. Not that it'll matter, I won't be using those resistances for anything. I'm not using Elemental Force here, and I'm basically not going to be attacked by anything elemental. Purgatory, more critical damage. Damage cut. So I'm sacrificing a bit of damage here, I'm sacrificing some damage output to be able to avoid using any healing items. This completely negates any damage I take that is less than 5% of my max HP. With at least 10 billion hit points, this means that anything that's 500 million or less, I don't take the damage from that. Baal's base final attack is 500 million per hit. You know, you take 2 billion total, but that's across 4 hits. So this will negate that, and this will also negate the SP damage part of it, because the SP damage is based on the HP damage it deals. So yeah, I could replace that with something else and deal more damage, in which case I'd have to stick Efficient Work on Zeroken. Efficient Work is the made unique ability. You can use an item without using up your turn. I just use a bunch of healing items. But yeah, I just want to show this off, so I'm using that. Zeroken, so I'll just quickly show things off. He has a gun equipped, I'll explain why in a minute. Leak, Combo Maker on it, the professional won't actually matter. So Combo Maker, when you normal attack, you attack an extra time. And just movement gear. Being used for his overload, which creates a bunch of copies of himself. Ability, flowing water won't matter, that increases his evasion, he won't need to evade anything. Underdog bravery, increases damage dealt to higher level enemy units. Turns out that actually works even if you're tied, but yeah, I don't need that for this. Like, his stats are low enough that he'll basically be dealing no damage anyway. What I am using him for, Angel Song. Increases attack adjustment of adjacent ally units. Well, his shadows and himself are going to be around people, so they'll boost people by being next to them. We can also boost Usalia further because of her precious people. Lovely Song, increases stats of allies on the map. Similarly, Dark Song, increases stats of allies on the map, decreases stats of enemies. The decreasing stats of enemies bit won't even work, the enemies on that map are immune to it. But yeah, just making absolutely sure I've got enough +% stats to equal 10 million. I have to be slightly overkill on this because there are enemies on the map that have Evil Eye, so you lose some stats from that. But yeah, this is kind of overkill on the stats, it's just I don't have much else to bring. And I've got you know, a couple of slots spare here. I guess didn't really need them for anything. Yeah, Assist. So this is how I'm getting around Watermelon Smasher. So when he attacks, anyone following him in the attack chain will have 100% accuracy. So this will negate the accuracy loss from Watermelon Smasher. Also, Marking. This is mistranslated. So what it actually does is anyone following him in the attack chain gains 25% attack adjustment, not accuracy. If he attacks multiple times, this will stack. The unfortunate thing is, as I discovered, this doesn't count for his shadows, as in his shadows won't stack marking. Also, his shadows won't even trigger support attacks. So the marking is just being used by Zeroken himself. His shadows are basically there for more Angel Song, more Lovely Song, more Dark Song, just more units next to Usalia, and as a bit of a backup plan. Bullet set, he attacks an extra time when a gun is equipped, this is why he has a gun equipped. And then this is why I have Friends for a Day passed. So it says during a combo, this works on team attacks as well, but during any combo skill or team attack, he'll do it another 3 times. For team attacks, it'll only be another 3 times if I think it triggers an extra normal attack rather than just team attack, but he has to, because Friends for a Day is passed, all his normal attacks will be team attacks. So what's going to happen is he's going to attack an extra time because of Combo Maker, an extra time because of Bullet Set, an extra 3 times because of Never Give Up. This will make him attack a whole bunch of times. Usalia, after she overloads, will support attack off all of these. That will help build the combo chain and will also soften up Baal a bit. And then if the bit I'm attacking survives, whichever shadow is next to the unit that didn't die killing the bits can trigger a support attack with the can trigger team attacks with the remaining units to try to finish off the bits. Or a bit. There should only be 1 bit left because the other 3 will take a massive amount of damage because of acceleration shot. Yeah, that basically covers it for the setup. So, final thing to know, all the Baals have an ability like this. Until the Baals die, their respective bits don't die. Respective bits all have this annoying ability, Death Companion. Whoever kills the bits will die. This is why we squad attack all of them, so they all die at once. And I'm going to be attacking from near the green bit, or the wind bit, because this. It says 3 more than 3 panels away. No, this is actually 3 or more. So I have to be 2 panels or less away if or 2 panels or fewer away if I don't want to do all the reduced damage. I did point out this just has this takes reduced damage from adjacent units. I won't be attacking it adjacently, so that's fine. This has impact charge similar to me. That won't be a problem. And this one just evades magic attacks half the time. So yeah, this is the one that's going to be a nuisance. Also, I don't like this enemy boost, particularly as this is on the green bit, the green area, where I'm having the hardest time killing things, so I will deal with that. You can see Usalia's taking a bunch of zeros because of damage cut. Big charge, impact charge, both built. What do you want to put on that side? Minor note, most of this stuff is Carnage equipment. The Zillion's Buster is non-Carnage. Reason for that, axes are a bit of a nuisance. Because they start with negative hit and speed, they're at the one item where you can actually go wrong leveling them, because the hit and speed could go so negative you just can't fix them. For high rank, well, for most Carnage axes, you can't fix them. Like, their hit and speed are just going to go, they're going to go worse faster than you can ever fix them. Carnage rank 1 and 2 axes you can fix, non-Carnage axes you can fix. So this is why he has a non-Carnage weapon. Now I'm actually going to overload with him. So I'm going to just move here. Overload. So I'm actually just going to use some spells, or some buffs. He doesn't even need the buffs from the spells, but I'm going to use those just to do extra actions. So yeah, he's now at 200% assault attack. There is a bug I could use to just max that without needing 20 without needing 20 movement. I mean, I've got at least 20 movement, but the distance from here to one of these spots isn't that far. So yeah, assault attack 120%. So Usalia had to take a long way around. This would have been only 100% if I'd had Axel Gianna. I'm just going to overload to Usalia now. So she's going to be ready to support attack off things. Oh yeah, so I lose some attack because actually I should have attack buffed her. I lose some attack because of one of the abilities on the enemy I just hit. Zeroken overloads. Real Zeroken comes here. The shadows are mostly just here for support, but some of them will have another use. So I don't like this enemy boost symbol. It's going to make these things a bit hard to deal with. Throw it onto the bit. It's gone. Attack Baal. Usalia will squad attack the Baals. So this doesn't account for the fact that I'm going to build a massive combo chain. So it shows that I'm going to roughly half kill the Baals. Because with all the team attacks coming from Zeroken and the support attacks coming from Usalia, it'll build the chain enough that that will kill the faraway Baals. It won't be enough to one-shot the nearest one, but all the team attacks and support attacks are going to do a bunch of damage to the Baal anyway, so that'll be fine. If you're curious, yeah, that's how high attack adjustment's getting. The damage adjustment looks really low because Baal has a whole load of damage reduction. He's in revenge mode. He has an ability that makes him take less damage the higher the enemy strength setting is. He resists all element, all weapons. See, all elements and all weapons. There are a couple of enemies on the map that give all the enemies damage reduction. Yeah. Killia squad attacks the bit. Now, it won't show damage adjustment for this because enemies that are immune to damage just show 0% of damage adjustment. But yeah, that's his attack adjustment there. And as a backup, that is going to try to attack this bit. So if yeah, so basically, if this bit doesn't die, this will trigger a bunch of team attacks with Usalia just as a backup measure. Okay, let's just go for it. There's the Baals. There's the bit. Didn't even need the backup. There's 20-star Carnage Baal defeated with 3 units and no DLC and no healing items in battle. And not even a perfect setup. You know, there are ways of improving this. This is just something I threw together fairly quickly. And of course, great Baal Horn. So this is what you get for defeating Carnage Baal. It's a rank 40 sword. It has extra movement and jump, kind of like the Item God 2 swords. This, despite being a sword, has the range like a mid-tier bow and the critical of an axe. It unfortunately doesn't have the bonus to critical damage that axes have. It also has really high stats across the board. Its attack is actually low for a Carnage rank 40 sword, but everything else is so high that this is one of the 2 easiest items in the game to max. Well, it's at least a soft cap. If you're trying to hard cap it, it basically doesn't matter what. As long as you're starting with, you know, a Carnage rank 40, it almost doesn't matter what you're trying to, or even just a rank 40 in general, it almost doesn't matter what you're trying to hard cap, because kill bonus will be the hard bit. But yeah, for soft capping, this and Carnage Hercules armor are actually the 2 easiest items to soft cap. Carnage Trapezahedron is the easiest item. Well, Carnage Trapezahedron is the 2nd easiest item to soft cap the non-HP stats on. This great Baal Horn's the easiest. The problem with Carnage Baal is the HP takes a while. Like, the HP actually takes longer than the worst sets of a Carnage Hercules armor. So yeah, that's as a side note. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, this is me killing 20-star Carnage Baal again. I like doing these. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.